Welcome back, everybody, to Old School Sluggers, a series where David and I play some Yu-Gi-Oh with old-ass cards by opening packs once a month, and then we tell a story afterwards. In this episode, what story are we telling, David?
Well, we discussed about it and considering some things that are happening. Well, let's talk. I think for this story, we should talk about our experiences with the anime. Starting with DM first.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, but first, the game. Since I won the previous round, David, would you like to go first or second? You draw going first.
I will go first. The Raw. I'll activate Heart of the Underdog.
Okay.
Neo Bug with 1800 attack point. Set a card. And end my turn.
I draw. I'm going to set a monster in defense mode. That's up for me. Your move.
I use Heart of the Underdog, reading Liquid Beast.
Okay.
To draw again. Beaver Warrior.
Sure.
Draw again. Launch a Spider.
Broken.
Draw again. Only tank T-34. Draw again. I should probably stop because then you're gonna have to discard a lot.
True.
Yeah, okay, that's too much effort. I'll set another card. And then I shall summon Flying Kamakiri #1. Activate my trap card, Robin Goblin. At battle, Neobug will attack your face down.
You attacked my Ceremonial Bell with 1850 defense points. You take 50 points of damage. While Ceremonial Bell remains on the field, both players must keep their hand revealed at all times.
I will pass.
I draw Dark Zebra. And then I will equip him with Stimpack. Stimpack gives Dark Zebra 700 points. However, during each of my standby phases, it loses 200. So I'll have Dark Zebra with 2,500 attack points attack your Neobug.
I'll just set a monster, which you already know, only tank. And then on the end phase, I'm gonna have to discard some card.
During this standby phase, Dark Zebra's attack points drop to 2,300. Well, I'm gonna set my Red Archery Girl in defense and have Dark Zebra attack your face down. Your move.
Draw, set a monster. Then I'm gonna change Kamakiri to defense mode, and then end my turn.
I draw. During the standby phase, Stimpack goes to 2, so my Dark Zebra is currently at 2,100 attack points. And just to make it so we no longer have to reveal our hands to each other, I sacrifice my 2 face downs for Sangha of the Thunder.
Oh, there goes GG for me.
Well, Sangha will attack your face down monster. Dark Zebra will attack your Kamakiri man.
Yugioh Samurai #2.
Okay. I end my turn.
Switch Samurai to defense. Set and end.
Ancient Lizard Warrior. Lizard Warrior attacks Sasuke. Zebra attacks your face down. And then Sangha attacks for 26.
Okay.
Your move.
With Dog Martin is shuffled back into the deck. Set and end.
Draw. Zebra is now at 17. I set a monster in defense. And enter battle, have Sangha attack your face down. Zebra for 17. And Ancient Lizard Warrior for 14.
Or the Underdog.
Okay.
Again. And that's it.
You just want to go to game 2?
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go first again.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
I mean, do you like older Yu-Gi-Oh like this?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm a Neobug. Oh, then end my turn.
Draw. I'm going to do the famous T-set. Your move.
Raw. Activate Hardy Underdog.
Always has it. I'm just gonna put a stop to that right now. I pay half my life points to activate Solemn Judgment and negate Heart of the Underdog.
only tank T-34. Please let this. Please let me with this. If you want, I can destroy. Neobug attacked your face down.
You attacked my 1,000 needles. And my 1,000 needles has 1,800 defense points, so no doubt.
Oh, come on! Why did I destroy your stupid... What the hell? It happened every time.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. In like these kind of slower games, high defense points is good because it lets you shut up.
I know. If only I had them like that.
Summon Shining Angel and crash into the tank, so they both die. Your move.
I'll set a monster in my turn.
During your end phase, I activate Time Seal to skip your next draw phase. Set another monster in defense mode, and I'll put a Field Magic face down. Your move.
I tribute my face down. Top Key Samurai number 2. Summon Deep Sea Warrior in defense mode.
Face down defense, buddy.
Forget that it's only in the anime. And I'll then banish Top Key Samurai. The special summon Sylphid.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Neobug will attack your face down.
You attack into my Ceremonial Bell, so you take 50.
Oh, come on! And now we're once again showing our hand.
Gren Maju doesn't do shit, thankfully.
No, you only have 400 right now.
How much defense does Deep Sea Warrior have? Actually, I'm not allowed to ask that. Relax. Don't show me. Because I'm not technically.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I end my turn.
I draw. Ain't no fucking.
Oh, what the hell?
Sacrifice my 2 monsters. 7 blue eyes. I attacked your Deep Sea Warrior.
What did this be in? Oh my god, I can find something. I can find tribute or something, but they're not gonna help me against the blue eyes.
Oh, Wing Weaver. Broken.
How did you?
It's your only good tribute summon.
Well, you know also have better in this deck.
Yeah, but Wing Weaver is better than Red Eyes.
True. Right. Well, actually, I do have another card in my deck that I just had to survive until then. Switch them on to defense mode, set them on to defense, in my turn.
I draw. I'm gonna how much defense does Needlebug have?
1700 and 1700. No, actually 700.
Needlebug has 1700 defense?
Yes.
That's crazy. I set a monster defense mode and I attack Needlebug with blue eyes. Your move.
Draw. Set and end.
Armored Zombie. And have Armored Zombie with 1500 attack your face down closest to the deck. And blue eyes will attack your face down.
Go. Thank you for that for me. Again.
Yeah. Urabi. Then I flip summon Tyhone. And then you said Sylphid had how much defense?
700.
I'll have Tyhone attack Sylphid. When Sylphid is destroyed, you can discard one of my hand. So tell me, closest or farthest from deck?
Farthest.
You discarded my Sylphid.
Oh wow.
Blue eyes attacks your face down. Kagemusha. Urabi attacks for 15. Armored Zombie attacks for 15. You're at 4500, your move.
Oh wow, I just drew, but it's over for me. I give. Look what I just drew.
Ah! Okay, that would have been sick. Okay, so your thoughts on this match?
I had a high chance and then it just screwed me over.
What part it screwed you over, just so I know?
Let's see, your defense monsters.
Yeah.
Freaking Ceremonial Bell.
Ceremonial Bell did make one of the hype moments with Blue Eyes, though.
Yeah, I need to check. What's the strongest defense monster I have that I can normal summon without tributing? Actually, don't.
Prevent Rat 2000.
Prevent Rat.
That's not a bad normal set, though.
No, I know, but apparently that's the only one I got. Oh wait, I got Trent at 1800.
That's 5. That's 5 stars.
Oh, never mind. Hyper, Red Eye. Nope. Oh, Cocoon Evolution, yeah.
Kotodama 16.
Kotodama, yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. I could have used this one.
Yeah, it would have been helpful against Blue Eyes.
Yeah. Neo Bug at 17 to defend.
But you want that thing attacking.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Only tank is 4 defense, like 1400 attack but 1700 defense. So far, Petite Rat and Cocoon Evolution are my best defense.
Yeah.
So next time we gotta draw those things.
I mean, if you want, we can just gentlemen's. You get 3 packs and I get 1 on a later date.
I'll think about it, we'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, story time.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, story time. Story time. Thank you very much.
Right, so like I said, we'll discuss about the anime, considering we're getting a new one soon with Gold Rush ending soon.
So,
anyway, starting.
Do you want to skip season 0 or do you want to talk about it? Because I think it's cool.
No. Yeah, let's talk about season 0, because that's interesting for me. So, like, here's the thing, people. For those who aren't aware, I'll show money or do, season 0 is technically before the DM anime. And I have never seen it for a long time until Miguel showed it to me.
Meanwhile, I watched it as a kid.
Yeah, he watched it as a kid, I watched it as an adult. It is a very completely different take, I can tell you that much. For one, the card game, it's only like a 3 episode. It's all about just games in general. It's what Yu-Gi-Oh was meant to be to begin with.
Which makes sense because Yu-Gi-Oh means king of games.
Right. And also it is dark. Like, oh my god, how many people died?
Yeah, I think that's where you and I are different though, because for me, because I read the manga is so much darker, and I could tell where season 0 committed censorship. But I could imagine that from a different perspective, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as someone who watched it for the first time, after already seeing a lot of the main anime, it was quite a different take, but also, honestly, I did like it a lot.
Yep. Who doesn't?
Like, I can't have any complaints about it. I would have loved to see more of this kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! But hands down, a very part of it, the voice actor for Yama Yugi was none other than the Japanese voice actor of friggin' Makoto Naegi from Danganronpa. For those who aren't aware, he's basically just an overall nice guy who wouldn't do anything like what's happening. But just to hear his voice being so menacing and threatening, holy crud!
Yeah, it's game time. You know, actually, just as a bit of a side tangent, the Early Days collection actually has one of the Japanese quotes from season 0 as an achievement. Yami no Tobira Hirakareta, otherwise known as the Door to Darkness has opened. That's never been uttered in the English dub, and to my knowledge, that wasn't even uttered in the original DM anime from the 90s.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
They also have the season 0 artwork in the manual.
Right. But season 0, different take. They still liked it. I would have loved to see more of it.
Yeah, I kind of wish we got to see with that art style, the Battle City and Duelist Kingdom Arc, because I think that art style lends really well for battle anime.
Yeah.
And also, I do lament the change in voice actors, because, don't get me wrong, I love me some Kaiba. I think that Yugi's voice is also really good, but just Ogata Megumi is just so good. Like, so good as Yugi.
Yeah, and also, Season 0 did have a movie.
Yeah, with Shogo. Aoyama Shogo and the Red Eyes. Which, fun fact, all these Yugi-tubers referencing the fact that the Black Dragon is potential for victory and Blue Dragon is victory, they all think it's from the English dub? No, that shit was never in the English dub.
Yeah, it was always in the Season 0 movie.
That's a Toei movie thing. Because I've been playing the Early Days collection, I gotta say that the including Monster World in the collection, the game that they play against Bakura, genius. Actually genius. Because Monster World is such a fun game, and we only get to see it in one chapter of the manga. Well, not one chapter, one section of the manga, which is Yugi versus Bakura. Man,
Right.
they were going so well. I did watch some people play the early days collection, and some of them never watched the anime, and you can tell who didn't watch the anime because they're like, "What does this mean? What is this?" Yeah. So overall, I would say that the Season 0 anime, the Yu-Gi-Oh Toei, which is what it's actually referred to, is a good show with sadly not a very good ending because it just kind of ends abruptly. Albeit, in retrospect, that's because they switched studios to, I think, Studio Gallop, and that's who became the people who made Duel Monsters. And Duel Monsters, it cannot be stated how influential that show was for the time. It's a really good show.
It is. Like, much like say Season 0 was good, Duel Monsters itself is still doesn't overall an amazing show to watch.
It's a great show. Yeah, okay, let's start with the first arc. I'm gonna skip the filler arcs for the sake of saving time.
Totally Calcos.
You can include it, yeah, fine.
Okay, good.
So we'll start with Duelist Kingdom. I think that Duelist Kingdom was a great adaptation of the manga, albeit there were some changes that I didn't like. For example, you know the scene where he fights the ghost impersonator Kaiba?
Yeah.
In the manga, he fights a puppeteer, and the puppeteer is using ventriloquism to imitate the voice of Kaiba, and I think that's more menacing because in that whole scene, he's saying, yeah, Kaiba's spirit is trapped in his doll, but in reality, Dark Yugi figures it out because he knows he can sense magic unlike other characters.
Right.
Yeah. And then the other big change that I would like to bring up is Player Killer. You know, the guy who uses fire against Atem.
Right, I remember him.
Yeah, in the manga, just so everyone knows, the duel isn't them in like a fiery area. They both have nooses around their neck, and they take steps upstairs whenever they lose 100 life points, and on the 20th life point, they fall down.
Yeah, the manga is very twisted and insane.
The manga had some of the better duels, though, I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes the anime duels either dragged it out way too long, or they change so much that it loses the original meaning.
Yeah.
I mean, from your perspective, what do you think of the Duelist Kingdom arc?
Well, it's quite interesting for me because at the time that when I started watching the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, I watched it during the second to last arc, so I was already familiar with the rules on such a master rules. So going to Duel Kingdom, where they basically just use their imagination, was very confusing, to say the least. It took some time getting adjusted to stuff like, for example, Stone Soldier, attack the moon!
Yeah, that's the one everyone remembers. Yep.
Yeah, so that was quite a strange one.
Yep.
But overall, Duel Kingdom still had some pretty cool moments, like Joey using Time Wither for the first time was awesome. Him using red eyes was cool. And then there's also... It was during Duel Kingdom where they went against the twins, right? During the Labyrinth?
Yeah, make you kill that, yeah. The
Labyrinth wall. The Labyrinth fight was cool too. Yeah.
You know, so many people wanted them to release that as a board game at the time.
Honestly, it would have been cool.
I wonder how you would set that up, though, because I'm trying to imagine that with modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks. And now I discard Tier Limit Shirin in order to attempt to fusion summon Tier Limit Kikalos. And then I move it 5 spaces forward.
Oh, yeah.
And then I activate 5 effects in the graveyard because I milled 5 cards. Broken. The problem is Labyrinth Wall would get outed so quickly, you would just like smash and ground it, fissure, whatever. That thing would never survive the turn. Yeah.
And then the fight against Pegasus itself, it was cool.
Yeah,
to get around the Millennium Eye.
That duel, by the way, is 5 episodes long. Yeah, I should know. That's the one thing about the M that's different from the other Yu-Gi-Ohs. It's long. Like, those duels take forever. But in a way, I think that adds to the charm of those duels because it's memorable. They linger on things. They hold things so that you have time to appreciate it. this is one thing where I think that the Rush anime, and I'm gonna talk about the Rush anime really quickly, where I think it fails on. Can you name me the 5 most summoned monsters from Yuga?
Let's see. Are we counting extra deck?
No, we're count. Do you even know the name of Yuga's extra deck fusion?
Wait, oh my god, I thought you said Yuma.
No, Yuma we know. The first 6 Yu-Gi-Oh, I know what their cards are. Can you tell me what Yuga's extra deck cards are called?
You know I've never seen Arc 5.
Yuga from 7s.
I'm totally dumb. But as to answer the question, aside from 7 type I forgot his name.
Yeah!
7 something magician.
No, that's his boss monster, that's not his extra deck card.
7 road magician, I think was called, actually.
Yeah, that's his main deck boss. Okay, that's one.
As for as for who else to use, oh, right, I actually got nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't name them off the top of your head unless you're someone like Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, like that guy, because he analyzes the Rush anime like it's his job. Which, to be fair, it is his job. So he knows what is going on, but the average person can't remember it because they're going too fast. Like, way too fast. Okay?
Yeah, I kind of legit remember a single card. Especially not a fusion one. I don't remember anything.
Yeah. Whereas the DM, we know Curse of Dragon, Relinquish, Thousand Eyes Restraint, Dark Magician, the Guy, the Fierce Knight. I can keep going. And
yeah, we all know that.
we all. What about people who are just tuning into the channel for the first time? Whatever. Anyways, so to say that the fight with Pegasus was great, I would say that's an understatement. The fight with Pegasus, because if you really think about it from the perspective of a child watching this show, Pegasus was such a messed up individual. He kidnapped Yugi's grandfather to force him to participate in a tournament. And only Yugi has a kidnapping victim. Everyone else just wants to win the game. And you realize that he's imprisoning Mokuba, that he has Seto sold hostage. This Pegasus guy's messed up. I could imagine that a child watching that would be giga rooting for Yugi. It's like, Yugi better win this. And that's something that I think stays. Like, DM, the imagery, the themes of the show are so powerful that they stay with you. And skipping the filler arc, let's go on to Battle City. Your thoughts?
This was the birth of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And hands down, it's so much better than Duel of the Kingdom. Duel of the Kingdom is great, but Battle City just takes it up to the next level.
Oh yeah.
Like, what do you to say about it? We get the introduction of freaking the Egyptian god. We get the new rule set, dual discs. And the first battle was literally the first battle we've seen during this. Actually, no, it wasn't the first one. I'm talking about when Yugi went up against the guy with Exodia.
Yeah, Rare Hunter. Well, I mean, to be fair, that's the first instance of the super expert rules.
Right, but still, this was basically how it was for me. Like, of ultimate battles in Yu-Gi-Oh, this arc is tied with Oikawa with the ones I remember the most. Yugi versus Rare Hunter, Yugi versus String. I can't breathe.
Oh, I should before we continue, I should note that I grew up with the Japanese version of this series, so if you hear me call them the Japanese names, you hear David call them the English names, that's why.
Yeah. Joey versus I forget his name.
Espadova.
Right, him. Then Joey against Weevil. There was a lot of good duels. And hands down, I still think my favorite one is Yugi against String. Just the way he just won is just crazy. I just had me throw a deck on it.
The loop.
What up? Yeah.
I would say that that thing wouldn't work in the modern game because unlike the anime, what's that card called? Card of Safe Return is optional in the real game. In the anime, that thing's mandatory. Albeit, anime Call of Safe Return is giga broken. Okay? That thing says draw 3. Insane.
Right.
And also, we get the birth of the Dark Magician Girl. Yeah.
Yep. I'm just go basically everyone's favorite card, I'll be honest.
At the time, it was, yeah.
Yeah. And what else came out during this arc?
The fight against Merrick, obviously. How that Merrick guy was so evil and they had to be stopped.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting to him today, but yeah, Merrick was just badass.
Merrick was evil.
he's one. Him and I don't know, Miguel and I are kind of at the debate whether which one's the best villain, either him or Bakura.
I think Bakura.
I'm still thinking Merrick. Like, Merrick was just freaking awesome during this whole arc. And he was eager. He was insane. He pulled no punches. And let's be honest, as cool as he was, let's not forget, he would have lost against Joey if he didn't die. Yes, people, Joey was dead.
Yeah.
Straight up dead.
I love that, by the way. Will Jonochi get out of the situation? Zikai, Jonochi dies. Duel, standby.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he just dies at the end. That was crazy. Could you imagine watching that again as a kid for the first time? Seeing basically one of the main characters die on camera for being burned alive.
I don't think they say that in the dub. So
no, they didn't say he died, but they still showed him burning alive.
Oh, true. That's true. Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I had my mother watch that duel, the Jonochi versus Merrick duel, and at the time when he was burning alive, she asked me, "Weren't these guys playing cards? Why did this?" It was so funny because the way I explained Yu-Gi-Oh was like these guys play cards in tournaments. That was my only explanation I gave her. She started watching that. It's like, what happened? Why are they suffering so much? Yeah. The one thing is that Merrick, they kind of get rid of his creepiness in the dub, which is something that I do lament. And also,
yeah, that's true. In the dub, he was kind of like creepy. Yeah,
he makes you nervous, like unnerving kind of personality he had. In the dub, he just had like more menace to it, but it wasn't the same. As much as people like the dub music, me personally, the only instance I think the dub had better music was in the movie Yu-Gi-Oh! Pyramid of Light. Okay, because it had music from Fetty Ku, had the Black Eyed Peas in it, even though you didn't like the Black Eyed Peas song. You remember that?
Yeah, it was fun for me.
I like that song. We got the famous "Cause You're Not Me," but at the same time, like me personally, I just love the Japanese OST. I love "Fang of Critias," which is the famous song that plays during Doro Monstacado. Which I gotta ask why that song is called "Fang of Critias" if that's the scene that it plays in.
Was it before Orichalcos?
No, that's during the Orichalcos arc that song starts playing. It's just the song is called "Fang of Critias," but it's played during the Doro Monstacado section.
Yeah, I like that kind of way it just showed up there, but still, was a good theme.
Yeah, "Struggle of the Three Musketeers." I love that song as well. It's just.
Anything else to say about Duels Kingdom?
We were finished. We're in Battle City.
Duels Kingdom, Battle City. Yeah. Anything else to say about Battle City?
Okay, I'm gonna say this: the music, holy! I'm talking about the vocal tracks, because you and I, we like Your Move from the English dub. But what are your thoughts on the vocal tracks up to this point? So the vocal tracks would have been, the three vocal tracks were, voice. No, my bad. Yeah. Voice, shuffle, and wild drive, and then technically Kawaii Sakebi from season 0.
Oh, so good for me. Wild Drive is the best.
Yep, I love that song.
Yeah, it is not a competition. The rest were okay, but Wild Drive, no denying, I just can't sing anything better than Battle City.
I mean, I liked Shuffle though. The second one, the first one for Battle City, I like that song a lot too. Well, you are right about Wild Drive. I think Wild Drive has so much energy. The visuals in that theme so good. Now, I'm just gonna say it right now. I think that the two best OSTs in Yu-Gi-Oh are Reigns and Zexal. Albeit a lot of the best songs I think come from DM and Arc 5. Let's move on to your preferred topic. Orichalcos arc. Go for it.
Okay, so yes, while this arc is technically a filler arc, I don't care. Orichalcos is my favorite arc in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Because this was where I remember watching the most out of. This was the first arc I watched in its entirety back to back. Orichalcos was like a huge turn. Like, yeah, Merrick was insane, but all the backers here for Orichalcos, like, oh my god! You had it was all around this guy Darts, who apparently from Atlantis, because that's real, sure, and he just becomes a huge worshipper of a giant snake. But that's not important. The point is like the orc character has some high stakes. Each battle was basically one huge shadow game with using your soul. And I just honestly remember every single one of them. Like, even against the first guy who we just forget it all entirely.
Guillermo, by the way, that's his name.
Yeah, him. But then we get all the other ones against the three main generals.
They're called Musketeers.
The Musketeers. Those are hands down some of the best fights. The first battle with Yugi against
Raphael.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't forget their names. Even though I like this arc, I don't forget their name, but still, I do. Yugi against Raphael. That was when this arc was something different because Yugi. Yeah, the first round one. Yugi not only lost, he lost literally part of his soul. He lost Little Yugi, which was basically all about how the stakes went serious this time.
I will say
get him back.
That does create a bit of a plot hole though, because in Battle City and Duelist Kingdom, it stated that without Muto Yugi, the Pharaoh cannot exist at all. So that is a bit of a plot hole and kind of changes the duel against Merrick, the stakes of that duel, and it also changes how they confronted Pegasus in Duelist Kingdom.
Yeah. But then there was the fight with Joey against Maya for the first time. But Joey got his card. Like, I'll be honest, of the three dragons, Timaeus, Critias, and Hermos, I just like Hermos the most. Joey used him in that creative way, getting those spells.
Yeah, because the Hermos cards became equipped spells. The Critias ones were basically walking trap cards on legs. And then Timaeus was just boss monsters.
Yeah, but only for the magician cards.
Is that true?
Yeah, we only get Dark Magician Girl and Andrew the Dragon. And later in the card, they release Dark Magician the Dragon Knight.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's in the actual card. Must view with a card with Dark Magician in the name.
In the text.
In the text, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so Critias and Hermos are more versatile.
Yes.
With Hermos being the best. Especially, let's just talk right now. Best fight, hands down, Joey versus
Vadon.
Vadon, yeah. Cause that was just freaking. That was just a fist fight altogether. It was awesome.
It's also home to cards that can never be printed, like Destruction Fist.
No.
That says
no, they cannot.
That says return one ritual monster from your opponent's field onto the hand, then special summon the materials used to summon it. Afterwards, punch your opponent.
Yeah.
That kind of text could never be printed without a lawsuit.
No, but it makes for one epic ass duel.
It does make for an epic duel, I'll give it that.
Now, one thing I will say about the downside with this arc, the way they beat Darts, I don't know, that was a cop-out.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now, Darts' entire deck was a cop-out. That deck had no business existing. That deck was so broken out of its mind. That thing would have been good up to Synchro Era. Like, that's crazy how good that thing was. That deck would have been good in Synchro Era.
Yeah, but now they released it already, and it's just not that good.
They haven't released everything.
They haven't?
No, we still need Kutora, Gygus, the Mirror Knights. We still need the other two layers of the Orichalcos. We need the spell cards as well. We only have Ge, Shunoros. We don't even have Hextia and Dextia. And we don't actually have that much of that deck, David. You know that, right?
I apparently did not.
Okay.
Oh, but also just say that's the thing. Once ever like has someone born to just one of the greatest things ever. Draw Monster Cardo. Draw Monster Cardo. Draw. Yeah, that's what it's all into insane.
You're completely skipping Amelda, by the way.
Okay, yeah. I'm be honest. Of the three generals, Amelda was kind of the one I didn't check for the most. Like, yeah, his story was sad of how his entire family was wiped out by what he thought was Kaiba. Actually, it was actually Kaiba. It was the guy before Kaiba, right?
It wasn't Gozaburo. It was Darts using magic to pretend to be Gozaburo.
Oh.
Gozaburo was never in the Middle East.
Right. Everything was all orchestrated by Dart.
Yeah.
Esmeralda, he was just okay.
By the way, his name's not Esmeralda, it's Amelda.
Amelda, whatever. He was generally okay. I did like his story, but compared to Vadon and Raphael, he was just I don't know. I didn't really think about it much.
On to, I think we have our thoughts on Orichalcos. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Unlike David, I think that you could skip it and not miss too much, but I will admit that it does have some of the coolest duels, so you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. It's a filler arc, but still a fun arc.
It's one of the best filler arcs in anime history, I would argue.
Yep.
Okay, so on to my favorite arc, Dark RPG, the Millennium World arc. And I gotta say, this arc, they decide we're gonna ditch the card game for a little bit and focus on ancient Egyptian warfare. I like the characters. Okay, we finally get to meet Shimon. So if you were playing the video games at the time, you finally meet that guy. Because Shimon was in the video games, but he was never in the anime, just so you know.
Right.
We got to see the origins of Blue Eyes, the priest set, meeting Kisara, and that's how they released the Blue Eyes White Dragon. We got to see Shada and Kareem use their Millennium powers against the evildoers, either to insert their vision into the mind of and heart of the criminal, and Kareem to judge them with the scales of balance, the Millennium scales. We got to see Akhenaten become infected by Zork Necrophadus in order to become the Dark Mage, in order to help Bakura revive Zork. And we get to see Bakura's motivation. His whole motivation is he wants revenge against King Akhenaten Commons, which at the time, Akhenaten Common didn't even know about the order. In reality, it was the fault of Akhenaten because he gave the order in the name of the king. For the tragedy of Kol Elna, where they killed many villagers in order to create the 7 mystical millennium items. And the thing is, Bakura Ryo, he was the only survivor of that village, and that's why he wants revenge. And I think that's a sick motivation. Okay? Because that explains why he's so hell-bent on killing Yugi. Because in his perspective, the guy who ordered the murder, Akhenaten Kamlin, is dead. He doesn't know that Akhenaten made the order. And so he wants revenge against Atem because he's the living offspring of Akhenaten Kamlin. I will say this, that there are some sections of the manga that were completely removed because they were too insane. For example, there's a scene where the thief Bakura goes into a bar and starts ordering food with gold, which, by the way, that's like a rich man thing. You don't just walk into a bar to order food with gold. Like, what the fuck? And then they say, we have a warrant for the arrest of Bakura Ryo. If anyone turns him in, he'll be rewarded. So he gets surrounded by a bunch of gangs in the Egypt. And on the very next panel, you see them all dead and there's blood everywhere. And it's implied that he murdered them.
Yeah.
We get to see the origin. Yeah.
Yeah, Dark RPG. It's definitely crazy and insane with the origin story of this guy.
We also get to see the origin of Black Magician, because originally he was just the apprentice magician who was under the servitude of Mahad. And then we see how Mahad decided to sacrifice his life in order to merge with his Ka, the apprentice illusion magician. And that's how they became Black Magician, and they had their final stand against Diabound and Bakura. And I love Diabound's theme. It's called Diabound, the Demon's Beast or something.
Right.
That theme was really good. It's a shame that we haven't heard it yet from your perspective, but it is a really nice theme. We also get the access to the ceremonial duel. We get to see Yugi versus Atem. He defeats the 3 Egyptian god cards. And, you know, as much as I say that the manga duel was better, I will admit that visually the anime duel had more power to it, simply because the anime duel has him summon all 3 Egyptian god cards, whereas the manga shows how much stronger Yugi is by not even letting Atem do it. He completely shuts down Atem in that duel to show that he is so much better at dueling than Atem was.
Yeah. Yeah, true. The manga does take them time, but the anime just did it so much cooler.
I think, yeah, visually it's cooler, but I think that on the story-wise, because the thing is, we know from the manga that Yugi is the true king of games, and that Atem is only using the skills from Yugi's memories to be good at games. Because if you remember, right, Yugi has no memory. Atem has no memories. All of his skills in games come from Yugi's memories. That's stated multiple times. So in reality, Yugi had all the abilities that Atem had, except, you know, the Millennium cheating. But because they're his memories and not actually Atem's, Yugi has better knowledge of how to use them. And since he gained confidence from Attempt through Battle City and through Millennium World, we get to see the fruits of the labor. Which is something that the anime, I think, completely misses. I mean, what are your thoughts on Millennium World arc?
Well, it was definitely interesting. Like, there was after the next arc, the duel.
The KC Grand Champions and Capsule Monsters.
Yeah, it was after that, so it was quite interesting going from one basically minor for arc to just huge insane main arc. But it was also, I will not lie, I did like this one. Just there may not be as many traditional duels, but that is not a bad thing. This was an entirely different thing. Having just duels all over the place would have felt weird. Yeah, we did get the one duel against Yumi versus Bakura.
The fuck is Yumi?
But fucking Yugi versus Bakura was the only traditional duel we got during this whole arc. Minus the one in the beginning, before the arc gets into the world.
Oh my goodness, you're right. They completely cut out Jonochi versus Bakura. That duel never happened in the anime.
Yeah. But it was still interesting seeing this whole thing, this whole Egyptian world, and seeing Pharaoh's life, and just how cool, how it was. This arc was just all kinds of storytelling and world building, and I just enjoyed it all the same. But I'll still say Orichalcos is my favorite arc. This one is definitely second favorite. It is just a great way to end the original series.
I agree. So I think originally the plan was to do all the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, but I think we're gonna have to cut that off for this specific week because we're already at an hour of video.
Yeah.
So I guess next week we'll do GX.
That is right.
Okay. That's the case, everybody. Have a nice day.